Today I want to do a quick review of this Vevor router plane. I was searching the internet for a router plane, and I found that they aren't cheap. In fact, the old Stanleys on eBay and collector sites are going for quite a bit of money these days, since hand tool woodworking has become pretty popular the last few years. So I looked around for the least expensive thing I could find, and I found Vevor makes a couple of different models. This one has a very simple, straightforward cutter, right? And so I thought I'd check it out. So I ordered one up, found it on eBay for a little over $30, and it shows up, and it actually looks pretty nice. Now, I only saw a couple other reviews of these on the internet. Someone had one that came with a big hunk of metal missing from about halfway up the blade, and they said it was pretty crude. Mine seems to be pretty nice. There's really nothing wrong with it. It's not a work of art, but it's solid. Blade seems to be reasonable steel. And the only real complaint I might have, and this is solvable, is that the base plate is really small and has very thin margins around here with a rather large opening, which is great for looking through it, but as you can see, it's not got a lot of support around the blade area. Now that's easy enough to fix with a piece of wood, make a wooden plate for it, and then when you want, there are holes already drilled in it for that. When you want to, you can take that off and do something else. There's plenty of blade in there. Let's see if I can get an angle where you can see. There's plenty of blade adjustment that I can probably put a 1/4 inch or a 3/8 inch piece of wood under there. I'd still have plenty left to get as deep as I need to on most things. Okay, so what we have here, well, first let me talk about sharpening the blade. So I went to sharpen the blade from the factory, and it actually would cut okay. It was kind of sharp, not bad. Usually pretty much how chisels and things usually come. But the angle on the base, the angle on the bottom of the blade here, was basically parallel to the plate. That doesn't give you any relief, and so it really more skimmed over the surface rather than biting in. It needs a little bit of dig. So I resharpened it, and I added just a smidge, really just a very small amount off the heel, and brought it all the way back to the front. And I was able to get a little bit of a wire bead. I had a little trouble with that. I don't know, it's maybe not the best steel in the world, which wouldn't surprise me, but it got sharp, and it seems to cut okay. So let's see, I've got this set up right now. You can see there's a groove there from the saw, or that's from the chisel, as I did a kind of a crummy job. But so I want to flatten this out. So loosen up the tensioner, tighten it down about that far, and we'll see how it'll do. It's a little hard to do because I'm trying to keep my hands out of the way so you can see. Okay, and this is, like I said, this is a piece of hickory. Turn around and go the other way. This would go a lot better if I wasn't bumping into the camera. Okay, so you can see it's doing an okay job. Not fantastic, but I'm probably cutting too deep at once there. A little lighter cut, maybe it'll work perfect. Okay, so part of the problem is my bench is not super stable. I need to work on that. Around from the other side, see if I can clean that up a little bit. So I've got that cutting really deep now. Okay, I think if I got a rough spot there. Really need to. Hard to do with a camera. Anyway, anything you see that makes it look awkward is just me. It's actually cutting pretty good, and it's leaving a decent enough finish. Bust that out of there. Take another look. So you can see I didn't get down here yet, but up here, that looks pretty good. I think it's certainly adequate for cleaning out the bottom of rabbits or dados or tenons to smooth them up. All right, and this is again a piece of hickory, so it's pretty hard wood. So it's doing a pretty nice job, and I think for $30, which is what I paid for this on eBay, you know, it's a pretty nice little tool. Certainly gets the job done. Took a little time to sharpen, but it sharpens okay. It's not super soft steel, so I think it'll hold it'll hold a decent edge. May not last forever. May not be as good as one of the really expensive ones. But if you need something simple, you just want to try it out, you want to experiment, you know, it's certainly a lot less money than any from the new manufacturers, and it's probably a third of what you'd pay for a Stanley or other classic one. So, you know, overall, I think it's a pretty good deal. Pretty happy with it. All right, thanks very much.